and difficulties in his journey. Kaya nga lang, hindi nagtapos lahat ito doon sa trials. Itong trials na ito ay nag-serve for him to experience triumph or victorious experiences. At ano-ano yung mga na-encounter niyang problem? First, persecution from teaching masters, private tutors, and writing masters. Kasi nga, nakikilala na ang school niya. Kaya, intindi ng mga persecutions na naranasan niya. Yung ibang teaching masters, pinasusunod yung mga building na pinagawa niya. Yung mga gamit. Kasi naiinggit. Even yung mga brothers, di ba, na they were wearing casacks na kulay black. Pina-question ng mga pare yun. Ano sabi sa kanila? Why do you wear that cassock? That is intended only for the priest. Eh, hindi naman kayo pare. Then other priests, other teaching masters bullied some early brothers. They question also Father De La Salle, bakit ka nandyan? Ikaw, pare ka, bakit ka nandyan? Kasama kanyang mga mahirap na yan. See? So yun yung mga trials experience niya, no? He faced lawsuits with some schools ordered clothes and teaching materials confiscated. Sino dito yung nag-demanda sa kanya? This is a young businessman in the name of Abi Clement. Dinimanda siya. Bakit? Before, Abi Clement asked help from Father De La Salle. Kasi gusto rin niya mag-put up ng school. So since Father De La Salle is very generous, pinahiram niya ng pera, pinahiram niya ng mga gamit na kailangan ni Abi Clement. But later, when Father De La Salle asked Abi Clement to return to him what he then to him, itinanggi. Ay, ang tatay nito si Abi Clement parang lawyer din the court, who castigated Father De La Salle. Bakit partner ka, nakipag-partnership ka sa isang young man para sa business na hindi dapat, bawal na bawal. So that's why Father De La Salle was castigated. He filed a lawsuit against him. Another one, many of the first lay teachers, mga brothers, left due to financial uncertainties. O diba, free education sila. So ibig sabihin, naubos na rin yung yaman ni Father De La Salle to support the brothers of the Christian schools. Kaya dumating yung point na nag-aalisan na yung ibang brothers. Yung iba nagkakasakit, yung iba namamatay, yung iba umaalis. Okay? The remaining lay teachers were left dispirited. Nawawalan na ng pag-asa. Some doubted the ability of De La Salle. Okay? Hopeless na sila. Another significant point is the death of his spiritual director na si Father Nicolas Roland. Kaya isa sa naging cause din ng trials para sa kanya, difficulty. Kasi mahalaga ang isang spiritual director sa isang pare. So in Paris, though he experienced and encountered difficulties, he remained committed as a person and as a priest. Okay? Why? Despite the problems he encountered in the brothers of the Christian schools, ipinagpatuloy niya yung pagtuturo sa mga mahihirap. Yung mission niya sa mga mahihirap. Okay? So that's why, alam nyo, one time, De La Salle invited the brothers in his home. And there came a time na may isang event na kumakain sila, yung family niya. Eh syempre, galing yung mga standby ito. Kaalabsawan sa pagkain yan. Ay kapag ikay nasa aristocratic family, dinumero yung fine dining yan. Lahat, di ba? Yung ayos ng utensils, ano yung gagamitin mo, ano muna yung uunahin ng kainin. So, may may step by step yan, black and white yan. So, kaya nagalit sa kanya yung family niya. So, that's why Father De La Salle purchased an area in Vaugirard, para doon magsama-sama sila with the brothers. Okay? Sold his wealth, left his mansion, and lived with the brothers in Vaugirard. So Vaugirard is a place of retreat for De La Salle and the brothers. A place of retreat where they can rest and pray together as one community. So in Vaugirard, they renew their spirit as a community. Kaya nga, the second birth of the early brothers. So anong paniniwala nila? God is a providing God for their needs. And they will never be abandoned by God. Okay? So, therefore, the Vaugirard is the second birthplace of the Institute of the Brothers of the Christian School. So, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, yung karanasan on their way to Vaugirard, na magkikita-kita sila. Ito yung mga brothers who came from different places in France. Merong galing sa Reims, sa Guise, sa Rethel, Laon, may Siosons, yan. So, maglalakad lang sila nun. At ito yung mga experience. Okay? For example, you may read in silence this experience of Brother Joseph along the way to Vaugirard. Very meaningful experience. Okay? So another one, the experience of Brother Henry. So you may read this in silence. Hindi sakripisyo, no? So he really faced the persecutions and the different difficulties he encountered in his life's journey. Now, itong isa sa mahalaga sa buhay ni Father De La Salle with the two brothers, yung tinatawag natin na heroic vow that they professed on November 21, 1691. Very important ito. Kasi kung wala ang heroic vow, baka wala ang De La Salle University das Marinas. Wala ang De La Salle University University sa buong mundo. Very crucial ito. So ano ba itong heroic vow? This is the profession of faith by Father De La Salle and the two brothers. Sino yung two brothers na yan? Si Brother Nicolas Boyard and Brother Gabriel Roland, who profess heroic vow in 1691. Bakit? Diba sabi ko sa inyo kanina, dahil sa kahirapan, sa sakit, maraming brothers ang umalis na mamatay. yung iba lumalabas. So itong tatlong ito with Father de la Salle, sinabi niya, okay, tayong tatlo, let us promise before God that we will never live the vision mission of our society, of our community, yung Brothers of the Christian School. Ano yung vision mission nila na ipagpapatuloy nila? To teach free, to teach religious instruction, all the poor children. Kaya dito nangako sila sa Diyos. Ayan, nangako sila. November 21, 1691. Actually, ito yung kanilang signature when they profess their heroic vow. At ano yan? Ito yung nilalaman ng heroic vow. Ito yung prayer, pangako sa Diyos. Most Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, prostrate with the most profound respect before your infinite and adorable majesty. We consecrate ourselves entirely to you to procure with all our powers and with all our endeavors the establishment of the Society of the Christian School, your Brothers of the Christian School, in the manner which shall seem to us to be most pleasing to you and most advantageous to the said society. And for this purpose, I, John Baptist de la Salle, priest, I, Nicholas Boyard, and I, Gabriel Derolin or Derlan, as from now on and for always, until the death of the last survivor among us, see, or until the establishment of the said society is finally assured, bind ourselves by a vow of association and union to effect and maintain the said act of establishment. Pagpapatuloy nila. Without power to abandon the task. See? Even should we remain the only 3 members of the said society and should be obliged to beg for alms and live on bread only. You see? That kind of commitment. Ano? Kahit na tayo mamalimos at magsala tayo sa kapirasong tinapay, we will not abandon our task in teaching the minds of the least, the last, and the lost children. Wherefore, we promise to carry out unanimously and by common consent all that we shall deem in conscience and without human consideration to be the greater good of the said society. Done this 21st day of November, feast of the presentation of the most Blessed Virgin in year 1691. See, very memorable, very significant event, the heroic vow. So according to Edwin Bannon, isa sa miyembro ng FSC, who is a writer, the heroic vow of 1691 was a prophetic act in the biblical sense of that term, the act of a seer who, aided by the Spirit, could pierce the surrounding gloom and discern the presence, the call, and the will of the living God. So ito isang pangako, prophetic act before God, to continue their vision mission. Okay?